Alright, so welcome to the show, whatever show this is. My name is Israel Anderson, and I've been campaigning for freedom and liberty across the United States for the last month as part of the Freedom Tour. And you may pick out my accent, I'm from New Zealand. And there's a lot of foreigners right now that are campaigning in America, like Vijay Boyapati, who led Operation Live Free and Die in New Hampshire. They're campaigning for freedom and liberty in this nation because there's such an incredible flow-on effect all over the world. And in these couple of minutes that I've been given to talk to you tonight, I want to talk to you about money, because money is something that is, obviously close to the hearts of every one of us. And, I offer this to a lot of people. This is $1 billion bill, and my offer is this: here's $1 billion. You can have this $1 billion if you will give me a $100 bill in return. Now, for some reason, I've never had a single person that would actually accept my $1 billion for $100. And I'm puzzled as to why. But then I asked the question, why will you not take the $1 billion bill from me? And the reason is because it's not backed by anything. Now, the US currency used to be backed by gold and silver. Of course, today it's backed by absolutely nothing. So this is $1 billion bill. It's printed on a standard old printer. It's not backed by anything. That's why it's not worth $1 billion. Now, run out of money here. I don't have any other US currency. I'm going to check my pockets here. Oh, here we go. I think this is something. It's a receipt. Give me a second. Here we go. Right, so here's 20 American dollars. This is real money. Okay? So this is $20. It's produced by the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not federal. It's not a bank. It has no reserves. It's not backed by anything either. Now, in 1912 and prior, it was backed by gold and silver, and we switched to a fractional reserve, and then it was backed by a little bit of gold and silver, and in the 70s that was wiped out altogether, and so today it's not backed by anything at all. So if no one will take this $1 billion bill because it's not backed by anything, in other words, not worth anything, why do you take this when somebody gives it to you? You see, this isn't backed by anything either, so there's really no difference. But what I have deep in my pocket here is real money. And what we all need to do is get ourselves educated about what this is and why it's so important to the future of this nation. This currency is being devalued all over the world. The only thing that is backing it right now is something beginning with C, and that's confidence. Consumer confidence in the dollar is the only thing that gives it any sort of value or worth, and that confidence is sliding every day. If you've been looking over the last few weeks, you'll see the Dow Jones is down, the Nasdaq is down, gold and silver are up, because these little pieces of metal here never lose their value. They will always buy the same amount of stuff today as they did 100 years ago. So I just challenge you, get online, find out why this is not backed by anything and what it means to the future of this country and why this is so important to the future of this country. I'm Israel Anderson. You can find me at israelanderson.com. Thank you.
My name is David Rocco. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. Simple fact of the matter, most people, I would not suggest simply in our country, but it's a common tendency across the world that we're intellectually lazy, non-inquisitive, and accepting of what's handed to us. And that's really the recipe for disaster, for, having to subordinate to whatever is dealt to you. So all that I would prescribe to anybody really is a great sense of pride in your own development of thought, your own pursuit of knowledge. There's a great deal of separate disciplines that factor into contemplating the world order, which would be monetary policy, financial policy, development policy, energy policy, things of the sort, spiritual policy, if you would like to think in those terms, because that tends to be a dividing factor. What it really boils down to is a necessity to think, a necessity to be accepting of the possibility of being wrong. It is more important to find the holes in any argument, regardless of whether or not it's your own or somebody else's, than to have conviction in any argument, whether it is yourselves or somebody else's. So, if I was to prescribe any sort of remedy for anybody, it would be search for holes in any argument, even your own, because conviction leads to nothing.
Thank you very much. My name is Larry LaBlanc, and I'm from South County.
And say what you gotta say, man.
And I love South County. Great place to live.
How's that?
And I drive a car like everybody else with 10% ethanol, and I think it's wrong that we grow corn to make ethanol. People in the world are starving. We're driving the food prices up because we want to take care of our energy problem, but I think it's the wrong thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
This concludes this program broadcast. We the People, a freedom of speech television show. Go to www.wethepeopleofri.org.